Before I begin, you should know that I love my child unconditionally. He is so smart in his own way, and has a generous heart. I know this. But I also, sometimes, okay, a lot of the time, hate that this is my life. I hate the looks we get. When someone asks him a question then awkwardly realizes he can't respond. When he has a major, hysterical meltdown in the store and I have to sing and rock him on the floor until he calms down. When other kids realize he isn't as normal as he looks. I hate that he will probably never have a real friend. That I will have to fight for him to be included in everything. That his birthday parties will likely be adults/family only. I hate not being able to go to church without making sure they have an adult with training to be with him. I hate how hard it is to find adults to be with him. And that I have to be the one to train them. I hate that he will be my only child. I don't know that I can handle a second child with disabilities, and it's not fair to him if we bring a neurotypical child into the mix. It's not fair to the other child either. I hate that he has to be watched 24/7. I never get anything done because I am exhausted from keeping him safe while trying to give him room to grow and learn. I hate the appointments, the juggling of specialists and primary care doctors and trying to remember who needs to be told what. I hate having to sign a cajillion disclosures to share information, and I hate that even my husband has to ask me what all kiddo has going on. I hate that he hurts me. Yes, I understand the reasons, trauma and development and delayed attachment and frustration. But I hate that my baby boy, my darling child, regularly kicks and hits and bites and scratches me. I hate saying, kind hands, please. I hate how much I rely on his tablet to occupy him. I hate when people say it's just a phase. Or all boys/kids do that. It's not true, and they know it. But no one is comfortable enough to say, that sounds like it sucks. Which is what I really want. I hate that being away from him takes so much planning and money. That we can't hire just anyone to watch him. It has to be an adult with training, or a respite provider, which is impossible to get, or a rare, understanding friend. Or my husband. Most of all, I hate that I hate any part of being his mommy. Because I always wanted to be a mom. And when we found out we couldn't have biological children, I was so happy my husband agreed to adopt. I knew it would be hard. I knew it meant raising a child with disabilities and trauma. And I worked my ass off to prepare for it. But here I am. On Reddit, telling however many strangers that I hate being a mom to a child with disabilities. Because there is nowhere else I can go and be this raw and open about it. And I hate that our society is the kind of place where parents like me can't be raw and open. Because I already know some of you are judging me, or calling me a snowflake, or passing by this post because this sliver of my reality is too much for you to bear on top of your own stuff. But I had to say it. Had to let it out because it's too hard to carry around on top of all the other shit I have to carry every single day.
I, 23am, was repeatedly stuck playing the part of helper and babysitter on family outings. I had to move out of my parents' house because I kept being forced to help watch my 3 nephews. Last year we took a family vacation in summer to the coast. I rode along with my parents, and they paid for my hotel room. Only, I had to share that room with 3 rowdy boys because my sister and her husband wanted a room to themselves. I was promised time to do my own things on the vacation, but instead I ended up having to help with these kids. I complained to everyone about it, and was reminded I was there for free, and then we pretty much just did only one thing I wanted to do, which was tour an art gallery. I like doing this whenever I'm at the coast, but the kids find it boring. This year my parents have a beach trip planned for June, and they assumed I'd be riding along the same way as last year. But I refused. I said I'd be driving myself, and paying for my own hotel stay to have my own room. My parents were shocked, and tried to remind me of the cost. I said it was no worry. I got a good job and a decent rental car. I can more than afford it. That's when the buts started. I stated the previously listed things as why I'll be driving myself, and paying for myself. I want to be able to enjoy this vacation as an adult, and not be treated like a child like last year. My parents told my sister, and she called to blow up at me that I'll be ruining the vacation if I'm off doing my own thing while she has to wrangle her 3 boys. I ended up yelling at her that last year, all she did was rope me into her mess. I didn't really get to do much of anything I wanted to do, and I was treated like the bad guy for wanting to just go to an art gallery. I'm a grown man. I deserve my own vacation too. Now my sister is not speaking to me, and my parents are still trying to convince me to just ride with them to keep the peace. I'm still refusing, but the pressure is getting to me. AITA for not giving in? I know they'll have a pretty hard time when they won't have another person there to help. Edit. It's barely been an hour since I posted. But my sister is apparently a Reddit lurker in the mornings, and she saw my post. Not only is she furious with me, but she's also upset no one in the comments is siding with her. To make it short, she went on a big rant about how it's so hard to be a parent to triplets. And the least I could do is help because I'm young and single, and she needs a break. I stood my ground on my decision, and now she's calling our parents to get them involved. I'm expecting a call from them any minute. Update. Well, I'm off work now, so I can tell more of what went down. I guess you could say it's over. My sister got her parents involved, they looked at my post, and were absolutely horrified by the continuous influx of commenters. Yes, they're very angry with me that I posted here. But I told them that if they just listened to me to begin with, I'd have never needed to. I'm sick of the whole keep the peace mentality that sacrifices me to placate my sister. They in turn went off on my sister, and to make a long story short, the whole vacation has been canceled. The hotel wasn't booked yet anyway. But my parents are arguing with my sister is blaming me, and my nephews are crying because they aren't going to the beach. My sister called me at lunch and basically implied I have no life, which is why I have time to help. I recorded that and told our parents, and that's currently what they're fighting about. Small update. I wasn't going to update again, but here's a little more. Parents said that they won't ever push babysitting of my nephews on me again, and have agreed that what happened last year was unfair to me. Right now, they're very angry with my sister for telling me I should help her because she thinks I have no life. My sister is playing the victim, and my brother-in-law is basically saying nope to the whole mess and spending most of his time at work. Thank you to everyone who has commented. You made my day.
I rented a car for 5 weeks while my car was being repaired from a car accident. The rental company had a couple great policies: no cleaning fee no matter how gross the car was, and unlimited miles. Ideal for me. I live in the country and going anywhere is a drive. When my car was finally scheduled to be finished, a Monday evening, I called the rental car company on Sunday. Asked about return details. They said return time would be 5:30 p.m. Monday, but I could just leave it at the shop and leave the keys in the shop's drop box. I said sure, and next night I went, got my car, left keys in the box. Got in my car, and check engine light is on. Fuck. Staff says come back tomorrow and we will fix it. I go home thinking that I will be sitting at the shop all Tuesday because no other ride. Tuesday morning I wake up at 7 a.m. to the rental car company very angry and saying that they can't get into the drop box and shop doesn't open till 9. I tell them I just did what they said to do. They told me that they would be charging me an extra day. At that I'm furious. I leave my house later and arrive at the ship at 8:50. Rental car guys aren't there. I sit around and shop opens, I grab the rental keys and give them my car. Right on time, rental car guys appear. They demand the keys and I ask if I'm still getting charged for an extra day. One guy is inspecting the car while the other tells me yes, I'm getting charged an extra day. Guy inspecting it comes over and Day's car looks good, it should be ready to rent out immediately. I had cleaned it the day before because I didn't want to be a dick. Well, I refuse to give him the keys. Since I'm getting charged an extra day, that means it's my car until 5:30 today, right? At that he gets nervous. Says they need the car back. I will give you the keys now if you don't charge me an extra day. But if I'm charged an extra day, I'm using it. He refuses to bend so I leave. At this point I'm petty and angry. So I go straight home. I own a farm and it has been raining like mad lately. I get to work. By the time 10 a.m. rolls around, the car is covered in mud. Like, this black car looks painted brown. I didn't trash the inside, because I'm not that petty. I hop in the car and drive to the rental place. I'm pretty covered in mud at this point, I had put trash bags on the front seat to limit it. I walk into the rental place looking like I fell into a mud pit. The guy who refused to cancel the charge looks horrified. I tell them this car is great for mudding. I'm gonna go mudding for the rest of the day. Just swinging by to ask where to put the keys at 530-inch I'm all smiles and dripping sweetness. I watch the life leave him, his shoulders slump, and he says if I return the car now they will cancel the charge because they need to rent out the car. I give them the keys and take an Uber to the shop, where my car is ready. No cleaning fee and no extra day charge. Huh. Edit. Alright, might as well address the few things y'all are bitching about, lol. The Uber. I called the Uber after I walked out of the rental car place. It took half an hour to arrive. I had brought extra trash bags, so I stripped down a bit, shorts and undershirt, and put on 2 trash bags that I cut holes in. Put my clothes in a bag. Let the mud on my exposed body parts flake off. Did I look absolutely ridiculous? Yes. Did I get mud in some poor stranger's car? No. I didn't want to actually ruin the day for some kid getting minimum wage. That's why I only mudded the outside. That's a pretty easy clean. I didn't want to wreck anyone's day, even the asshole that charged me. My goal was to make the car messy and shocking enough to get them to not charge me because they were desperate to get it back. If the outside is that bad, what did he do to the inside? The car was $91 a day, first 3 weeks $39 a day and then went up for last 2 weeks to $91, and my insurance did not cover it. I was not willing to let $91 slide. The keys were left at the auto shop, in the auto shop's key box. That key box was not open at 7 a.m. when rental car company went to get the car. When I went around 9 a.m. to drop my car off, the auto shop opened the box for me and gave me the rental car keys. Rental car people appeared a few minutes later. Sorry if spelling and grammar ain't great. It isn't a thesis.